Let's get it popping, man. This is episode 48 of the Constant Elevation Show. My name's Tamal, but like Jamal, but with a T. Got my legendary co-host, Brother Jay,
Yes.
X-Clan, Black Watch, holding it down as we've been doing for the past 3.5, 4 years. We've been doing this. Trying to keep it consistent, talking all things hip-hop. Sometimes it gets deep. Sometimes it gets funny. But always we feel like solid conversation. We get these all up on our YouTube channel shortly after the show, so all of the past episodes that are there. Thank you for letting me know that you can hear. We're gonna get it going, man. You pick this topic, so I always like when you pick them. I mean, just because I wonder what we're gonna get. So, you came in the text with Martyr rap, and
Yeah.
and you specifically mentioned the murder of rapper Fulio, who it's funny, I had seen his name a few years ago and I looked him up. I mean, before, like a while ago. I remember who he was. I mean, I didn't rap with his music or anything. Rest in peace to him. And then something happened in Chicago. So take it away, man. I have no notes or anything. This is a conversation where you want to go with this. I'm curious.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to have an exchange because I'm just confused at why every artist that's going through these kind of deaths. We just had Young Thug in court. We got P Diddy in court. This is all like hip hop shit. I'm like, is this how we're gonna be defined as a music dog? I mean, like, to really come out with music right now, you have to kind of separate and create your own island right now, and going back to the Martyr rap thing, I'm thinking that people are like, like sacrificing themselves, even taking these deals, man. I mean, if, it happens so frequent, you know what I'm saying? And most times we don't even know who these artists are, but they got jeweled up, they got bread in the tank and whatnot. And I know a lot of artists on still, and I'm like, why are these A&Rs just strictly signing that? Why is it you signing, that kind of traffic to make the art look bad, to make the genre look so fucking bad? I'm just confused with that. And I just wanted to chop it up. I didn't want to get too far into details because a lot of the investigations for these shootings and stuff, like the last one that happened in Chicago at an album release, and then when I look at the girl's video, I'm like, what did you expect? You know what I'm saying? What do you expect was going to happen at the album release, dog? If your whole shit is shoot up and killing, the whole song is about that. What do you think is coming towards you? What kind of traffic you think is fucking with your music? I'm just very confused. And my real concern is, what are the A&Rs being told? Or are they any A&Rs? Are labels just accepting content? And if you can just back it up, if I'm a street dude and I got enough bread, I'll pay for my marketing, I'll pay for my YouTube numbers and keep it rolling. But if you really have a human being up there right now that's constantly digging into, low income areas, let's say, and you snatching cats out to make them rich off the gate, you know what I'm saying? Or at least appear hood rich, you're putting a target on their head, dog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You putting a target on their head. You take cats out of the neighborhood, man, and put them up. Instant rise like that. You giving them stamps of approval from celebrities, joining them in videos. You making them a target, dog. And you got to be aware of that. You know what I'm saying? If I was a terrorist, dog, and I was nice and somebody came to sign me, you would have to say, yo, that nigga is a terrorist. I can't just sign him to the label like that, no matter if I had 1 million followers or not. If I'm a terrorist, I'm a terrorist. So where's the screening? You know what I'm saying? When you putting on sets and you putting, you putting cats on with a 360 deal, and you put money in their hand, and you thinking that they're gonna just all of a sudden cold turkey on what it was, they're gonna take that money and flip that, dog. That's been through time in music and not just hip hop. You know what I'm saying? But now we're getting to a point where cats are just like, I'll take the plunge and see how long I last. Because they're not lasting. They're not.
Yeah. Well, there's lots of areas to go with this, man. I mean, you're talking about A&Rs, you're talking about Well, so a couple of things. As far as I know, with a lot of these younger cats that have been getting murdered the past few years, from what I understand, and again, I'm not so connected to that scene, a lot of them are actually independent, and none of that stuff's funded with drug money. So they doing their own, they're doing their own thing. So, but so there's that aspect, of, even like the sociological aspect, like this music is going to get you killed, and then there's the other aspect you were talking about as far as like the labels and A&Rs and stuff. I mean, when have you've been in the industry forever? When did they ever care? I mean, like maybe a little bit here and there once but I guess what I'm saying is like I feel like, and you can speak to this even more. I feel like the artist, quote unquote, in this case, you're just a piece of meat and an asset. And if I'm an A&R in this genre, I don't give a shit about you and what you're and what I mean, that's what doesn't seem like that because, like you said, they put the target on their back. So I mean, I don't know if you've seen the
There
video,
was a time though, bro. I didn't
huh?
mean to cut you. I just wanted to interject on that point. But there was a time where the A&R did care. They were vetting what the label was going to put money behind. You're taking out a loan to put behind young talent at that in the 90s and the 80s or even the mid 2000s when they were still giving advances to cats. You're taking out a loan. This is like, when
Well,
you
I'm
go
saying
play
I
card.
don't think they care about the artist, what ends up to the artist. I mean, like what ends up happening to the artist. I don't think these artists are I don't think they have any type of connection or any type of anything other than seeing a check, right? Like, do you think they care about like I mean Fulio or any like if I'm young whatever and I go to the thing and I'm just asking you because you've been in the business, like and I go to and somebody sees I'm the next hot whatever because I'm spitting something crazy whatever,
Yeah.
like like in 2025 2020 whatever, like do you think these A&Rs have any type of emotional connection or any type of this real genuine their best interest at heart, or did he just see him as this I
Well,
don't
all right. So let me address that point. Fulio, for instance. Now, from what I'm understanding, he was doing videos slandering cast that was dead from different set wars that they was having. You doing videos pissing on nigga graves. You know what I'm saying? You doing wild shit. You smoking on niggas and all this other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? This happens in that side of hip hop.
right.
So I'm saying if you're a major brand pushing that, most times when these artists get a 360 deal or something, you're associated with someone. Someone's blessing you with a deal, bread, so on, and you're using your little back end to push your marketing and shit. You know what I'm saying? But if I came out with a video said "fuck the president," you know what I'm saying, and pissed on his grave or whatever, you would get a cease and desist, my dog, or something. You know what I'm saying? You get cut off of Instagram for less, and I know you know what that's about, bro. So you imagine somebody getting on a video and you actually pissing on somebody's grave, dog, and your shit got like a million hits or whatever the fuck. Why wouldn't you stop that? Why wouldn't YouTube stop that? Why would you can't even say certain curse words online. You would allow a nigga to piss on somebody's grave and make fun of it and then make a rap about it, dog. You know where that's gonna go, dog. You
Yeah,
know where that's gonna go. I just don't get the guidelines when these cats send you this community says this is fucked up or whatever. I would think the community would think it's fucked up for a nigga to be pissing on somebody's grave on a music video, dog. You know where that's going. The last time that happened in Chicago with Ducking them, what happened? A gang of deaths.
yo,
Okay? With
what?
with the FB Duck dude and then leading all the way into Vaughn and the whole shit, dog. Come on, man. What are we talking about?
So so I look at it like this. I mean, me, I'm obviously we're on this page rocking right now because of uh, uh me getting blocked on my regular page. So
Yeah.
um, but I look at it like this. So Instagram one time I got blocked for something or whatever, banned. The message that they got me, I looked. It said read our terms of engagement and community guidelines, right? So read the rules so you comply next time. And I read
Yeah.
the rules, and it said we don't allow violence, this, that, the third, drug abuse, drug this. Then it said, and at the very bottom, it said, we may allow certain content that would seemingly go against our community guidelines because it may be of interest to XYZ or something. I can't even find it. It's still out there. So they're saying we let some shit go because if you turn on the phone, it's titties and ass, titties and ass, titties. There's certain shit they let go all day long. I've seen murders on Instagram. Like,
Correct, bro.
so
I've seen people die on the internet, and
so
you
so
still
I'm
on
so what I'm
block.
saying, it seems like there, and we've talked about this. It seems like there's a lot of shit. You know, you talk about Palestine, shut down, boom. You talk about ICE, boom, out of there.
Correct. Correct. So you wouldn't stop a nigga from committing suicide by talking about someone on in their death in their coffin. You go piss on their grave in the video, nigga,
Just another.
and you don't even get that shit shut down. No,
I,
I don't get it.
I
You
get.
asking for that.
I mean, the
You
sad
asking.
part of that, as you saying that, I mean, maybe the harsh reality is that Julio's life maybe has no value. That type of shit has no value. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of, right? Because why is some shit? Why is certain? I mean, you know, and other
Because
things,
it's coon
and
shit.
not only allowed but promoted.
Correct. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. And that's why, I say with this Martyr rap shit, because these niggas have a strange legacy now. When you're going out, you would think King Von was Tupac or something, the way that they were celebrating this nigga. When the motherfucker shot, you went off the rack, you went, on tilt, and little nigga wasn't having it, and popped you and shit, and all of a sudden you was this, this legend and shit, and and your boy just put you on. You really was a street nigga. You wasn't with the rap shit and all of that shit. But niggas like fame, like they like shiny shit. So now you put this nigga up, and then all of a sudden, now his catalog it's like Elvis, nigga. I'm sitting. And then you might think, if you a young person, you thinking like, yo, this is the price you pay if you want the jewels and the prestige and the you might start thinking that. These are young, impressionable kids, dog. Education is not, solid nowadays, so you don't know how niggas are thinking. Some motherfuckers will say, yo, man, fuck it, I'm gonna take the plunge. If they get me, yo, send the money to the clique, send some money to my mom's, buy a house and a car, the fantasy shit. And niggas go hard and be recording all day. and then all of a sudden, you done did somebody from around the way, niggas saw you, or somebody's jealous that you got the hookup or whatever the fuck may be, and they coming for you, dog. Right. You fronting like you got bread in a poor in a low income hood, man. And you fronting like chains and popping, and you got all the champagne rolling and shit. You go rent out the little roller rink like you doing some kind of big album release or some shit. Nigga, they coming for you, man. What the fuck? That's crazy. That's common sense. And if you are A&R and this is your investment, it used to be you protect your investment. You know what I'm saying? You give them some advice like, yo, man, things are different now. Don't go, back around the way, certain way, or whatever case may be. It's like being a ball player. You tell a young rookie, don't blow all your money on the hookers in the strip club, nigga. Don't walk through the hood on your chain like you a hero, like you done won the championship or some shit, nigga. You kind of give cats kind of a guideline, man. Who's guiding these kids, man?
Okay,
You
let
know
me
what I'm
ask you a
saying?
question. So if we're looking at, because I think, I mean, it seems like it's certainly different now than it was years ago. So let me ask you a question. Right now, 2025, I'm looking at, if I'm an A&R and I'm looking at the check, seeing this, you say, "Whoa, they're an investment," but are they really an investment? I feel like hip hop has been so watered down that these labels or whatever think they can get anybody off the street if they got some type of vibe. So I feel like they can find a dozen Fulios or whoever to replace. I don't think they're really. I think it's about. I don't think it's a long-term investment with these artists. I think it's get in, get out while they hot. We find the next bum on the street. I mean,
it becomes long term once they get the following. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get the following, you know what I'm saying? Why do I have to continue to pump money? Honor out the rest of your deal. If it's 2 years or whatever, you got a couple more shots. You might have a 2-album deal. Drop 20-something songs, and your job is every day to go ahead. Look, man, these hooks and shit are not magnificent. It's not like you writing Stevie Wonder shit up in that motherfucker. This shit is goofy, man. Niggas are repeating Luka Doncic. They doing everything. Niggas is getting high going in the booth. So if you got niggas that's their job and they don't have to go work at the Wendy's or whatever case may be, you're gonna just give that nigga a £1/4, send him in the lab and let him shoot out. These motherfuckers may have 50 to 100 songs, dog. If you could act goofy all day and everything. So when you die, that life, and like the brother said on here in the comments, the life insurance, the policy goes into effect. Your parents and them will be covered or whatever case may be, but them sales of that record and shit, there's all kind of diabolical ways the label can get paid. You know what I'm saying? Once a nigga is gone, there's no disputing. You know what I'm saying? What's the family gonna say? Give me his catalog. What you gonna do with it?
Right.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do with it? Give me all his masters? Like you gonna go sell it somewhere? The label made him, and they know where to push it. So most times you just gonna leave that shit alone and take the little buyout. And these niggas go put it in movies, and now people are crying and doing all kind of shit. Look how Tupac shit stretched all these years, dog.
What
You
you say?
know, like Elvis,
Pots, right?
huh?
You said
Yeah,
pot.
Tupac. Yeah, Tupac. Look how his shit stretched for years, dog. You know what I'm saying? You know, like he was the greatest artist in the fucking world, dog, and that wasn't the case. He was good, but it wasn't like how they make him and shit. It was a shame how he had to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You start out a Panther Cub and go out like a half-ass blood or whatever the fuck you was trying to play as and shit. You know what I'm saying? You go out acting the role and shit, nigga. I'd have rather, you know, you look how revolutionary he was, man. We never even got a chance to live that out.
Nah.
And the label wanted the gangster. So
Right.
you kept playing the role of the gangster. And I'm saying, why is that so fucking attractive, dog?
But so we talked about it every time we talk. So the label want it, but somebody else has to want it, right? You got the consumers. We say, what are they? We want some savage shit. So because somebody has to want it. No one stood up and said, hey, I don't want this music. I don't want to hear about guns. I don't want to hear this drill or whatever this is, this shooting and stuff. Nobody's saying that. Instead, people are our age even promoting this shit. I mean, like, it's not even just young people, because we always want to put it on the young people. It's people, I've seen 30, 45, 50-year-old people pumping this stuff. So the savages want savage shit. And there's always going to be a market for, like, I mean, look at the craziest markets, the underground markets or whatever, in terms of black market stuff makes the most money. I mean, this is the savage. And I have no other explanation, family.
Yo, it's confusing to me. And I just wanted to discuss it, you know, not like we would have an answer,
No.
but I do want to point a finger at the commercial brands that take these artists further. When you have cats that have come up like that, be successful, it becomes a goal. Young Thug is a goal. Lil Turk is a goal. Lil Baby is a goal now. You know what I'm saying? They feel like, yo, I'm just doing my job. The nigga was talented. I gave him some bread. But no, that nigga is a goal now for motherfuckers to reach. And as you see in these court proceedings that these artists are out, you see people go out and do anything to stay famous and in the atmosphere of
Anything.
celebrity, dog. Any fucking thing,
Right
dog.
now, there's no any famous. It doesn't matter. I mean, people will whore themselves out and do the wildest shit if it means they're gonna get some publicity, and they'll take it and happily take that check. So,
So why would people not? Why would people be against child trafficking and not see this at the same as the same, dog? That's where I'm at. This is
yeah,
trafficking. Okay, you're baiting young heads with success. Like you can be this. You can be the woman of the year overnight. Just follow this template, follow this instructions, and we'll get you all the trophies. All these little the manufactured artist side of labels is happy to do that because they're just giving you scripts. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to know how to write. Producer 1, 3, and 5 will go ahead and write that whole shit out for you. You know, we just watched it. You watched Cardi B go from stripper on TV show all the way to the #1 artist in the world. I had to go watch her show, dog. You know, not to veer off the point, but to stay on the celebrity shit. I had to go watch her show because Cam, I think it's Newton, the football player,
yeah.
he has a show. And he said that Cardi was next to Beyonce in fame or you know, as far as the music shit was concerned. I said, Cardi B, dog, are you serious? And I went and watched, and you know, I had a few discussions with folks, and that shit was accurate, dog. Like, she has a big show now. It's not like, you know, little broad walking back and forth on the stage with a mic like a little MC broad. It's like orchestrated dancers and the fireworks, and you dropping that ass way lower than Beyonce can, you know, because she's like the American Pie stripper, Beyonce, the way she does her shit, or more like a Janet Jackson. And I'm not dissing, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, there's a lot of strip moves in today's get down. But Cardi B is all the way out. And you grooming young ladies. This is how you drop it for your man. This is how you do whatever the fuck. And then you associate your shit like it could have been just be Cardi B, period, but you call it Cardi Blood. And they recognize you as that. So you gang banging on stage. And now when you go and do a record with somebody from a neighborhood and say, yo, shorty, I'll do a little verse with you, and you give them that stamp, when they go to celebrate, when that young artist goes to celebrate in their neighborhood, dog, they are a target,
Yeah.
man. So this is how that manufactured shit is branching off to be some strange mutation right now, dog, because now that the kids are seeing that as a goal, they waiting for the Egg McMahon check to come to the house. Like, yo, you've been selected to be the next 360 deal, whatever the fuck. You know, that's crazy, man. That, yo, B, you gotta really, people are sick like that, man. It's crazy out here, man. And I'm
Yeah.
sure you know this, man. You're a counselor mind. You know what I'm saying? That's why we build here. But yo, I don't think they see the after effect of when these people complete their task of making a star. I don't think they see the shit trail, you know what I'm saying, that's behind that celebrity, and people just trying to find diamonds in this shit trail. Like, I know there's a diamond in here. I know there's a diamond in here. Yo, man, you making some wild ass niggas right now, dog. I couldn't believe that Chicago shit got shot up the way it did, man. That shit was terrible, man. You can't even go chill out and just go celebrate somebody like another one coming up. But I'm like, if someone just checked the content, you know what I'm saying? Someone checked the content. Even how they groomed the girl Scarlett. You know, how your first record is "Get the Fuck Out of Here" or some shit, nigga. We don't even know you. You know, and how do you sing that as a single? No, if I was an A&R, that's some shit that niggas sing off the album. But you
Right.
made it like it was a fucking single for the city and shit. And I'm saying, how does a shorty start out with that? How do you follow up from that after you come out angry, ratchet, how they see black sisters already like that, and you just continue that? Who was the fucking A&R for that? To put her out there. She might have been 12 times better than that, you know, lyrically or something. You got chose for something. So I would rather hear you get off for real and make a good song before you make an anthem so aggressive, dog. So aggressive. When your song is gonna be to New York gangs, to New York activity, hood activity like that. That's the only place it could. Where the fuck else is it gonna go? It's not gonna be like some kind of fucking, you know, some MC Hammer joint. You know, you can't touch this nigga. You know, it's not a household song like that. So where the
Right.
fuck you think that record is gonna go?
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? You feeding the anger and the craziness.
Right.
And I'm saying, who is responsible for that? And what kind of major brand would pick shit up like that once it gets traction? That's my next shit. If you just close a blind eye, all right? If I was a member of the ISIS terrorists, like we spoke earlier, if I was a terrorist, I'm a known. And I come to America and say, yo, nigga, I some shit, I'm doing a little Habibi G unit and shit. And I got 1 million followers. Are you coming to fuck with me knowing that I'm down with that? You're signing gangs, which are street communists. If you fucking killing and selling drugs and taking the neighborhood backwards, that's terrorist activity, bro. So you mean to tell me you go into the heart of that, sign the artist, put them on board, and wait for them to die? That's where I'm at.
Yeah, and that's fucked up. And that to me tells me that they don't care. They see just only a check.
Yeah.
These humans, these young men and women are replaceable. There's Cardi B, there's Sexy Red, there's whomever, whatever, this, that, Gorilla, whatever the fuck. So they're all the same. And you made a brilliant point about the sad part of it being the goals for young people, because there's the blueprint, right? Like
Yes.
Julio or whatever. Because I mean, he was. And I looked him up on Wikipedia. He was in all types of shit. And so here's the thing: if the blueprint's like, all right, start gang wars with everybody around you, talk mad shit and rap, you're gonna pop off, right? And
Work.
the hell, I might, like I said, I might make it, I might not, but it'll be a hell of a ride. So fuck it, like it's better than what I'm doing now. So and so yeah, man, and that's the
Yeah,
that's
and it's a cheat sheet because when Dipset was out, for instance, when Dipset started associating themselves or exposing that they were blood gang, whatever, or blood associated, that's a cheat sheet because every blood in America is buying your shit. This is a template that you learned from NWA, where you take a set and you say, look, man, y'all go represent for Crips. So wherever Crips are, they're gonna go pick up that fucking record. So you're cheat sheeting to get cats that are part of street organizations to trip the marketing. Because these labels are not spending millions of dollars in marketing like they used to, bro. They're not doing that. Okay? Unless there's a reason to. If you're so overwhelming to people where you got 1 million people on your shit, then yeah, they're gonna put a little dollars in to say, okay, let's keep them sparked. But you cheat sheeting, trying to say, yo, that girl right there got half of Chicago in her pocket, the set that she's on, and in her video, we're gonna have all kinds of different sets on there. We're gonna do this like We Are the World, and go ahead, yeah, dog. That's fucking idea. Whoever the fucking A&R was for that, the producers, everything, and then like also in the comments, big up to newbies, she's on here. The brands that are dressing them should be ashamed as well. Okay, if one of these artists come out and they say, "Oh my God, he was assaulting somebody," y'all pull out. You just seen this with Kanye and all of that shit. So what happens when these niggas have a murder rap? And they coming in talking about, yo, I got 5 bodies on my shit, and you doing that shit in the music. You bragging on where you are, and you still get to endorse the product. You still get to get the sneakers and the shit, dog. I don't get that. Like there's
well,
no other talent in the world.
yeah, but see, then that to me then, and I try to be as objective as possible. Then that's what it always seems fucked up that like some shit can slide and some shit can't slide, because as I say, like if you look at let's look at like TV right now. So on TV, there's all sorts of different shit than we would see on TV in the 80s and 90s,
Right.
like
Right.
sexually and stuff. But then other stuff is taken off the TV. Like Al Bundy couldn't be on TV no more. George Jefferson couldn't be on TV no more. Nothing like that. Good, like certain shows couldn't be on TV now. Sanford and Son. But then other
Yeah.
shit that's totally, in my opinion, fucked up and shouldn't be exposing. We shouldn't be exposing our young people to is front and center. Like,
Yeah.
like drag kids in drag and shit all up in your face. So,
Yeah.
so what I'm just saying is like, going back to my point earlier, it's like, agenda or not or whatever. It's just like I don't, they clearly don't give a fuck about the impact that they're having on these young people, man, and the community at large.
Yes.
They don't,
Yeah.
because here's the thing, Fulio's gone. He's gonna be, but like whoever PNB Rock or any of these people feel any of these young people that have died, you're gonna. I mean, you're gonna. Now you got the blueprint, right? He's in Jacksonville. There's 100 Fulios in Jacksonville right now.
All day long. And I just hated the fact that you can just turn your phone on and then you get the label of a rapper or MC or whatever. It's no longer like a earned title. You know what I'm saying? It used to be a medal of honor, dog, for you to be able to control the ceremony, dog. And now it's like any goofy can just pick up the phone and just be like, yo, I'm a star. I'm gonna just press play and I'm a rapper.
A rapper. That's
You know what I'm saying? You degrade the science, my dog, and then bad business on top of that. You're not even, vetting this shit out to where you get the good ones versus the nonsense, dog. That filter has been busted. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what takes it backwards, dog. You can't go into these states and just go into the middle of the projects. Y'all watching too much. When they talk about Nas and they, took him out of the projects and this and that, you know, these are different kind of war zones nowadays, you know, versus trying to do with the, rags to riches storyline, dog. You may be incorporating with a nigga that may be running 2 or 3 states and you think you just signed a little nigga from around the way. These motherfuckers may have a mini mafia. You see all of these cases that are coming out. They're trying to pop rappers on RICO charges now. That means y'all have been operating like gang shit when these labels and shit invest in you and you're using the funds to do this kind of shit, and you're buying artillery and you have to have the personal security. You're basically squeezing yourself into that mafia box. This is entrapment, dog.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
this is like entrapment, dog. You dig
And
me?
it's on a platter because the chances of them fucking up are high. So, like, yeah, man,
It's fucking crazy.
it's fucked up. It's
This is a matter of like what kind of perception are people putting on this? Like, what are we looking at? You don't celebrate every woman that's in the top 5 right now for hip hop, dog, is half naked, if not fully naked on stage. There's not one decent female artist in hip hop right now.
nope, not not
Not
not
one,
not
dog. Not
known.
one. Cats are cutting their noses off. They're not even waiting like Lil Kim to where you're retired, bro, and you done went on some other shit. You're not even waiting now. These niggas are cutting their noses off 2 years in. You know what I'm saying? Bleaching their skin, all kind of crazy shit, dog. And I'm like, yo, man, y'all are taking these. Yeah, this is trafficking. You taking young heads and you're molding them to fit into a commercial standard, some kind of mutated market. Either you're female and you're stripping, or you're a male and you're shooting and killing up every fucking body.
Those are the
And
two
then you
options.
even got the young Ma and all this other shit. You put her as some kind of Bobby Smurder type of entity and shit with the hat to the side, running up on broads like a dude, man. And that's all you have to offer for hip hop. You couldn't even dig a little further in the barrel to see what the fuck was going on. I know a lot of nice MCs, like lyrically dope, that don't even need the props. You know what I'm saying? That can make good songs. It's one thing to be a good artist. You can rhyme. You can be a good battle rapper and can't make a song. But when you got the talent to do both, that's leagues above what the fuck we're hearing on the radio right now, family. This is crazy to me. And then for it to be attached to death, you know what I'm saying? Out of 20 songs, we getting 11 cats talking about kill and murder and throwing up all kind of signs and all kind of shit, man. They think the internet is their diary or something, man. Like, yo, let me just dump it all off on here and tell them how I did it and how I put it in the back of the car and rolled up the way with the shorty. And this, you writing a story for another young head to pick it up and say, yo, I'm gonna do that tomorrow, dog. This is how stupid cats are. I used to think like, nah, man, no way, man. You can't be listening to music and just feel like whatever. You watch TV and feel like, yo, I'm gonna be Batman, get in the car with the utility belt and the costume and start rolling around. I would think like, nah, people ain't that stupid, man. But they
But
are, bro.
but they are. But
On
they are.
heavy percentage, my lord.
I mean, you're like it's funny, man, because you're actually like genuinely baffled right now. Like I can see it in your face. I mean, like I can see, like normally when we talk, I mean, like you've said like at least 5 times, I'm confused.
I don't get it, dog.
but
I don't get
but
it, man. I don't get it because if you sign someone from that shit, they're not gonna stop unless you got the rehab on them. You know what I'm saying? If I go sign a ball player that's cold from the hood, dog, the lifestyle has to change. And that's the job of the agent, the PR, the organization. They all go hard. You know what I'm saying? And how many times have we seen that in basketball, like somebody just so dominating and this nigga just run his projects? You know what I'm saying? You 6'6" nigga, cock diesel, dunking on cats. You know, you could stay in the hood forever doing and one. You don't have to go to NBA. When they get to that lifestyle, it has to change. What the fuck was Iverson? He had to adjust. Okay? And when he kept fighting it and shit, you would get yourself in dumb shit.
Right. Right.
And they write your ass off. You would think that would be the example. We still 2025, dog, and cats are acting like that in basketball and in hip hop like that, dog. That's crazy,
Yeah.
man. That's why I'm like,
I mean,
yo,
but
man,
that's
when does the evidence help you? When does the knowledge help you? It's in your face. It's on YouTube. It's all through the net. I don't get it, man. I don't
yeah. I
get it,
mean,
dog.
I
I
think
was baffled.
there's a lot of people that are dumb as shit. I mean, I'll just be honest about that. I mean, going back to your point earlier though about just wanted to touch on it, like about as far as like, I mean, it's along the Cardi B lines, but just saying how she's been elevated up, people like her elevated. Yeah, she won Woman of the Year. So you're
Yeah,
saying
bro.
going back to goals, she won Woman of the Year. So like, for my 17-year-old daughter doesn't rock with any of that stuff, but like a lot of young girls do, and they don't have me in their ear like, but it's like,
Yeah.
yo, that's a goal, like you said. Like, I mean, yo,
That's a goal.
real
Now you
quick,
gotta question.
the
You gotta
chick,
question the people that give her the award, family. Like,
yo, when
what is
the
Woman of
chick
the Year?
Glorilla won the gospel award, B. I mean, like, that's how crazy shit is. This is the BET
and,
Awards. She won a gospel award.
and this is the point of this conversation. Like, yo, what are the guidelines for these awards where these companies bow? You can't tell me that's internet likes and hits and shit, dog. If you create the trophy for them and make them the goal, what is that based on? Versus if you said Woman of the Year, I can put 5 women up here on a solid doing some real incredible shit. Okay? Versus y'all gave it to a trans, you give it to a new rapper that we don't even know, you give it to an ex-stripper turned into the new Migos project, you give it to all kind of people. What is that based on? And I'm wondering why nobody ever got offended. I was offended for them when they put the transvestite on there and said Woman of the Year. You put a man on the cover and you said Woman of the Year. And I'm saying, what is this based on? And who is the person behind this? I cannot blame the artist who is going to say, yo, I'm going to come and get my flowers. You're not going to front on that. Who is the person that put the stamp on it and say, yo, man, this is what we're going to do? Because I don't see y'all doing that in y'all shit. I don't know if the Jenner dude got Woman of the Year when he turned whatever into Catlin or whatever the hell was going on. I don't know if he got the award, but you made the whole ESPN stand up on a standing ovation to put that out. And what are you trying to state? Like our champions, come on, man. We was eating cereal because of that dude, trying to look at our muscles while we at the table. And then all of a sudden you gonna tell me you live with some of the baddest broads in the game, and all you can do is come out of there with wearing their shoes and wearing their dresses and finally snipping off your shit to become something else. And you leave us with that.
And you're
And,
and
and,
you're
and
and
y'all,
you're the Woman of the Year now.
yeah, man. And you would go off to win the Woman of the Year or have all these sports people clap your hands. I wouldn't have clapped my hands for that, because unless you was training. Now, if you came out and said, I'm training all the transvestites, we're going to have our own league, okay? Then you got to chill, because you would have killed all of that friction that they had in the pool and all of that stuff. You would have killed all of that noise. You would have had your own little lane, and you are the king of that. But you had to ruffle the feathers, and then the ripple effect of that is that you're creating goals. You're creating goals for people. Like, I've always wanted to experiment and see what I would look like in some heels and shit. You know, you're creating goals for people who are on that teeter-totter because there's no guidance, dog.
Right, right. I mean, you go all the way left with it, and that's the thing, man. Like, it's a good point though. Who's pressing the button? Who's saying yes?
In the fuck.
And it's funny business, man. I mean, you know, winning awards and shit. You're like, word, like how you, word, you just won the Olympics? Like you, like I,
Dog,
you
that's
like
the
crushing these women and like judo and throwing them across the room and shit. Like yo, like
crazy as fuck, man. You saw that girl get beat up in the Olympics, man. That was terrible.
yeah. And this
And
is
then, and
that's
then
insulting to women. That woman of the year shit. I mean, that's like you said. You can that's the best we got. Like
that's
that's
the
it.
best we got, dog. I can bring you 20 motherfuckers that are on point. Woman of the year, fuck music, fuck everything, dog. Just mental achievement, spiritual achievement, anything. You talking about a couple of rap songs? Y'all making deities for us now through money, and we accept that, dog. That's
And it's not even
embarrassing.
good music anymore. I mean, it's not even
It's
like
not even good music.
because you know me. I mean, I'm not. I hate glorifying celebrities and any like really glorifying them. But in terms of like, it's not even like this is the Aretha Franklins and the Billie Holidays and just you know,
They tried to erase them. They said Cardi B sold more records than Aretha Franklin or whatever. They were trying to make her like she was the best thing since sliced bread when she first came out, dog. And I'm saying the way that music is marketed now, you get those feedbacks quicker. Okay, because the world is connected when you're selling units now. It's not like you come out and it's like the best song in the United States. You could be a global star. You could have a production machine behind someone like a Cardi, and you can get Mariah Carey numbers, dog.
yeah, yeah,
Come on, man. It's different now. Just why ball players, come on, the rookie bench is getting paid more than probably Dr. J was getting paid in the height of his shit with movies and shoes and all kinds of shit. Shit, y'all shoe deals are bigger. So what you gonna do? You're gonna create this gap between us and the young heads to say, yo, y'all just mad because y'all didn't get paid or whatever case may be. And I'm saying, no, man, the market changed. We expect it to evolve. We are the foundation of it, but we just trying to tell you how to keep your dignity in this bitch, man, because y'all look like asses. And the way your contract signed, they'll force you to wear a purse, to wear a skirt, to wear whatever against your own ethics and beliefs, dog. You are a puppet, no matter what your check was. And you are influenced from where you come from to say, damn, if that nigga's wearing a purse, then I might consider it if they offer me 10 G's. You got niggas who think like that. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
And that's what. So that's where I that's where I go back. You know, it's kind of like we jump around. Like you say, like you know the label, the industry, pushing their shit, their weird ass agenda, but then in the end, because you didn't go that route, your people ain't going that route. So in the end, you got a choice. And so you said,
Because we came with the guidance.
you
We
said,
came
huh?
in with the guidance. We came in with the guidance. We didn't
Yeah,
come in with just rapping or whatever case. We were already an organized unit. You know what I'm saying? These cats are coming in like, yo, somebody knocked on my door, said my rap was cool, nigga, and I've been waiting for that. I don't want to work.
right.
Period. You know
So
what I'm saying? It
dignity.
was
So then
different.
dignity is going out the window. I did a post the other day, and I said doing stuff with integrity takes longer. And
Yes,
and
it
and,
does.
and I said because you're not fucking people over, you're not whoring yourself out, you're not begging and groveling or whatever for some weird ass opportunity. You know, like and it takes longer, and it just does. So the dignity, you got to be willing to like again, man. Like I'm taking the hard road with my shows, man. I could rant all day long about current events, and my fucking numbers would go through the fucking roof. Because I know what happens when I do talk a little shit on here. They go through the roof. I could
Correct.
talk
Because they
all
want to
types of
see
shit about.
controversy.
Yeah, they love it. I mean, that's what it is, man. Like I do a mental health post, and that shit is in the fucking toilet. So,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? Like it's you. In the end, though, if you don't have your dignity or any type of integrity, then what you got? Like
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
go YZ. Um
Lessons.
um, you know. So that's the thing that's crazy, man. I mean, it's like so there's a two-way street. When you present it with that fucked up offer, I mean, again, there's no guidance, but it's like
I
and then I
think the people have to start boycotting this shit, bro, to a point where, and it's hard to block internet shit like that, because they got control of the algorithm. If you start you know, cancel culture and all of that style of music and shit, they'll just switch the algorithm up. You know, if it was back in the days, you could stand in front of the record shops and just boycott, like, yo, if you selling that shit, nigga, we gonna stop your sales. But how do you do that in the virtual world? You know what I'm saying? They have us divided in different ways in this bitch. And when you get too rowdy, you get that cut algorithm type of response. So it's hard to stop them. You know what I'm saying? This virtual game is kind of did a lawnmower man on us, bro. It kind of, you know, it turned on us. You know what I'm saying? There's like no way out. And the only thing that I can say is some kind of agency has to house these artists. You know what I'm saying? If there is, you know, a hood cat that is dope as fuck, he should start getting groomed before he signs a deal. And I think that a lot of the cats that would be managers, that would be agents, are still trying to be artists. You know what I'm saying? So now you got generations fighting rather than assisting each other. So
Yep.
I think the grooming starts with the older generation right now. The cats who was around when the rap deals were starting to grow, and we were seeing numbers on signing. These cats don't even see numbers on signing. So there's not even advances for them. They're just plunging in like, yo, man, just pay my phone bill and let me get a car and let me get a crib outside of here, nigga, so I can look different and I'll make everybody believe. And that shit works. Hood rich works, dog. You don't really have to have 6 figures in the thing. You can give a nigga enough to up his hustle where he's not the worker bee anymore. You know, now him and the plug is talking. You know, you give him money like that, he's straight. These cats don't really have, you know, heavy goals as far as survival is concerned. As long as they ain't got to report and clock in nowhere, dog, they basically loyal dogs. And I think that the agency should teach them to be better than that and show them their worth, develop that talent and develop their content where they're not targeting themselves. If you talk that shit, if you talk gang shit, a gang nigga's gonna expect you to be gangster when you show up, nigga. Ain't no more studio gangster shit, you know, and that's part of what all these deaths are about. Like, you wanna talk all that shit, nigga, what happens when niggas show up and start spraying? Are you spraying back? You know what I'm saying? Or are you just standing around in this motherfucker like, oh my God, and my balloons are popping or whatever the fuck is going on, bitch? If you just talked that shit on a record, then they expect you to be clapping back when you having your events. You better have the security that's strapped. Your whole team better be strapped like you always talking and all that shit. Oh, yo, man, stop wearing all that Rolex and all that bullshit, nigga. That's just out of your gear. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it, my lord. If you're signing young heads like that, that is trafficking. You're molding them into something where they don't even know what the fuck is going on. You're giving them pleasure and amenities and all of this shit. And once they're targeted, dog, the companies benefit off these insurance deals that are incorporated into those contracts, man. You know what I'm saying? You saw they did Michael Jackson, though. You got clauses on his contract. If you dumb out on drugs or whatever case may be, then we're taking A, B, and C from you.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dog.
That's crazy.
How you tell a nigga like, yo, you such a junkie, nigga, I gotta put that shit in your contract. And this is the top dude in the world. So you imagine him being the top nigga in the world versus somebody that's just pressing a button talking about I'm a star or whatever the case may be. You're fodder, dog. You know what I'm saying? You're the lowest of the low, dog. They don't even consider you. You should be with an agency. You see how Rock Nation is? Those artists are solid, protected. When you see them, there's thousands of people in front of their shit. They don't go through no bullshit. Why aren't there more independent agencies that can rep these artists and kind of get the writing to be changed? What's wrong with just making a good song instead of a death anthem, dog? I don't get it.
Well, I think also the one thing is that it seems like the industry's changed to the point to where like artists don't feel like they need that because it's so easy to just be a star, like a star on your own head. That
Yeah.
market, you can do your video and stuff now. So I don't think they. I mean, we offer that as a business service because artists don't think they need need that type of direction now. I think because like it's so easy. I could make an album in half hour, bro, on the phone, like with some bullshit. So this shit. That's one thing. I got a question for you though. Do you
Certain.
think it seems like to me, man, because we're talking a lot about like ethical shit. It seems like to me, um, like what do you feel about if the industry had some sort of like governing body? Like for instance, I work in accounting, and there's an accounting you got to do shit a certain way. Just all across the board, like that's how you got to do it. There's certain
Yeah.
things as far as ethics rules and stuff like that. And you can lose your CPA license if you do some foul shit. So
Yes.
it seems I just wish there was more like control or oversight over the business aspect of all this shit, man, because it's a total free for all. I mean,
Yeah,
right?
really, though. Yeah, bro, you're gonna have to. We have to create the screen between the next generation and the brand, as far as the corporate brand. There has to be a middle ground that says, "Yo, man, we not doing the deaf shit. We're not doing A, B, and C. We're gonna just fast the game, and we're gonna teach you how to be an entertainer or whatever." It's gonna take that, and that's like almost like a big brother or big sister program for people who have been in the game. If anything, vets should be giving that kind of guidance, like how you see in ball in basketball. You see Patrick Ewing as an assistant coach, and you see Shamgard as a dribbling coach, so on and so on. These niggas are giving them different game. That just like the Players Association protects them and gets them bigger contracts, gets them the right deals. There has to be something like that in hip hop, dog. That
almost
has
like
to.
a almost like a not a union, but just some sort of local like I mean kind of like a union because unions are fucking strong. When the local you get fired in some of these teachers like this. My ex-wife was a teacher, yo. She couldn't get fired in her job. You could come to school with your panties on your head. They ain't firing you in no public school.
Correct.
Sorry,
Correct, family.
yep.
If you in
Teachers
that
union.
union, they always got something for you if you're unified.
Right, right.
And that's what I'm
That's the
saying.
bottom
We
line.
don't have any of that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that they divided hip hop into these strange genres, for that reason, divide and conquer. It's no longer us fighting as hip hop as one thing. It's now gangster rap, trap rap, this rap, stripper rap, conscious rap, whatever the fuck it is. It's always divisions. It's never the overall. We as hip hop say no to this. Too many people are dying. We got to stop what's happening. Look, they did to stop the violence. They did the West Coast one, all that shit when niggas was dying back then at the clubs and all that other shit. What is going to be done now? I'm not saying that they have to put out no song or any of that shit. I'm saying they got to put out an agency, dog, that says we got 100 young heads with 30 songs apiece, and we're gonna continue to hold this game hostage until you let better content come out on these motherfucking waves, dog. You got to, dog. That's the only way, dog, because the grower is talking to the distributor now. There's no broker in between to talk to them, so to speak, dog. You know what I'm saying? The street nigga is talking to the farmer, dog, and that's not a good thing, man. It's
Yeah.
not a good thing. You see what's happening, dog. It's overwhelming. There has to be someone that kind of breaks things down between the two because it's two different worlds. The street and the farm are two different things. There has to be a translator to say, "Yo, man, you can't be talking crazy." Because when you talk that boom boom and kill and shoot shit, niggas are dying. And you can't be thirsty for the Roman Greco consumer that's saying cut the head off, nigga. You can't be that. So the person in between, the broker or the A&R, the program directors, all of that shit, they gotta go on a strike in order for the two parties to understand. And then the audience seeing that interaction of three parties that are saying, we're going to make some material that's going to give you the songs and the energy and everything that you need, but we got to get off this deaf shit right now.
Yeah.
It's got to get up because it's a genocide, dog. It's a self-created genocide, dog. It's ridiculous. It's
It,
some
it,
fucking
it,
stuff.
it's bad, and I'm glad you brought it up, man. I mean, like, because you know, on so many levels, it's fucked up. Because now these dudes are heroes too, right? The dudes that are passing away, man, and it's like hero
And
for
thus
what? Like,
the
I
martyr
looked
of
up. I was like, oh, mate, I looked up this brother's thing. I'm like, damn, shot this person here, did this. I'm like, damn. Now, like you said, 10-year-old, 12-year-old, or whatever kid, younger, 7, 8, 9-year old kid. This is cool. This is what I want to be like, yo.
yeah,
And
because you think
flip.
about it, that story was written a long time ago in our face when 50, you bragged he got shot 6 times or whatever the fuck may be. You took a picture with the cover. Now we look at 50 Cent. You are a billionaire. You are a gold. So it's like, yo, nigga, if I go out here, get rich or die trying, even if I take some slugs, nigga, if I survive, I still got an opportunity to do whatever. Now, how could you hate on the perseverance of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, like this nigga is like, they can shoot my arms and everything off, nigga. I'm still gonna get up and do whatever. But yo, dog, all that shit is just negative, man.
Yeah. Now
That's
you got
not
like a
the way to
so-called
see it.
now you got like a so-called legacy. It's like in the Game of Thrones. It's like when they're like they'll sing songs about you, like type shit.
Yeah.
Like now you got this legacy. 50 Cent was, but
But
that's the ignorant shit.
that's what the fuck it's been, dog. They spun that story around us like how slave stories are. It's always you start off with some nigga that had a can of beans and 8 brothers and sisters and shit, and you gave him this song opportunity, and there's some kind of A&R back like I told him to write him a check and shit, nigga. You set this corny ass Smallville story up from the gate and made it like, yo, I can do it too. That's a selling. That's like a seersucker type shit, man. Come on, man. Come on, dog. That's crazy,
Uh,
man. We got to there got to be an agency, man. To any listening ear right now out there, you gotta put an agency up, man, and start filtering some of this talent and just teaching them some other shit, because when they're going on their own, representing themselves, they're being handed a script.
oh yeah,
All right. You got to get angry. Like if it's child trafficking, if you walked up and found 50 kids in a goddamn truck or somewhere and shit, nigga, you got to let somebody know. You got to let somebody know, man. These kids are fucking being taught death. It's
right.
part of this music and part of the understanding of this game, dog. You made hip hop worse than drug dealing right now, dog. This is drug dealer problems we talking about. When somebody walk up to your party and your function and spray niggas down, dog. That's
Yeah, that's
that ain't
it's
that
our
ain't no
our music.
music.
Yeah, I'm just saying
Come
it's
on.
our. It's unfortunate because I mean you don't see like Garth Brooks rolling up on somebody like or Mick
Word, that's where
Jagger,
I'm at.
huh?
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. You
Or
don't see
Mick
Garth
Jagger or
Brooks.
whoever, like you
Yeah,
don't see
you
the
don't
Rolling
see
Stones
that.
beefing with Leonard Skinner and shit. Like,
Yes.
but nah, we gotta,
Yeah.
or even the young up and comers like who Taylor Swift beefing with or whatever. Like nobody. Like, we always got
No,
beef.
they have political beefs because of some social shit, but you don't see nobody slapping her, in the crowd or some shit or whatever. Those motherfuckers go ahead and continue to make their bread, dog. We're talking about death or jail.
Yeah,
Okay, and the success of this thing. They just tried, say they try to drag Jay-Z and all of these niggas down, like, yo, nigga, how dare y'all be jigging up there with all this money? This is a matter of empowerment, limiting that. You know what I'm saying? This
yeah,
is limiting power. You're telling a young head you're worthy of getting 1 million people to follow every word you say. That's leadership. You're warping that to make them shuck and jive for that approval, rather than just saying, yo, man, my magnetics are so strong, 1 million people will go out and raise their hand out their window if I ask them to. That's power, dog.
right.
You're putting a leash around that. There has to be some kind of organization that's protecting the young heads from bad contracts, from bad offers, because you're just going to continue to mold more Diddy's and R. Kelly's and niggas pissing on broads and all this other shit. You gotta teach them like, yo, man, respect the woman. Woman, respect the man. Stop acting ratchet and extra and fuck you and fuck this and all this other shit. Get right. Make a real song. Stop being so depressed on music. Every time you gotta talk about love, it gotta be a fucked up thing. Make me a nice Gladys Knight song and let the agency sell it. Let the agency put it in the right place to make the money happen and shit. We got too many markets to be afraid if the machine fucks with it or not. You know the machine is gonna come to you once you get to a certain part of success. They don't want to be excluded, dog.
Right.
So if you got a union that's cleaning motherfuckers up, I think reform gets more play than recruitment, bro. All right? I think reform has a better ground of success because the longevity is best on that. If you're recruiting niggas to join into street organizations, there's a limit to that. Your life ends or you're going to go back to jail. But if you got a reform situation, all you can do is go up once you heal yourself, my nigga. I have faith in that. That's the only reason I have these conversations on here with you, my dog. You know what I'm saying? I have faith that if the knowledge was put into people, like we talk the knowledge, we talk the solutions here.
Right.
Because I'm not complaining about, yo, 5 niggas died. I'm saying, yo, this is the solution. We have to filter something to say, stop letting these kids be trafficked in the fucking corporate game, dog, because it vibrates on our streets. It don't go back to the streets where those executives live.
No.
No shit about it.
It's a vicious cycle now because, like you said, there's 10 more to. It's a goal, so there's 10 more to. It's not even looked at as tragic now. It's almost looked at as like a badge of honor, a rite of passage, right? It's not even looked at as tragic. It's like you said, it's a goal. So now we're caught up again in some shit. Oh, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
Pop. Okay, yeah. But look at now, we got another martyr raised up. Oh, I want to be like him.
Correct. And that's
Yeah,
bullshit,
we
bro.
got to stand up in the end. All of these things that we discuss, we're gonna get out of here in a couple minutes. All these things that we discuss, man, it always comes back to organization and getting organized and saying enough is enough. Because we've always talked about like, yeah, the ratchet shit gonna be there, but and the gang shit, whatever. But like, how about some balance? Like
The balance, man. It got to be a balance, bro.
Like there's nothing now. Like and
the
that's what.
market doesn't want to fuck with balance. The market does not want the balance. It is not those executives' fault. If you put out something organic at McDonald's and the people buy it, they'll keep it on the shelf. If it doesn't sell, they'll keep selling you milkshakes and nasty ass fucking fries that stay in your gut forever, dog. If you want organic in the McDonald's, man, y'all gotta start buying that shit and fucking with it and reinforcing to them. Change the whole goddamn menu. Give me a vegan McMac or whatever the fuck, nigga. Give me some other shit than this slop that you've been giving us. And that's how people gotta protest. You know, if you've been in this game buying records and all kind of shit all your life, don't let them squeeze the rag to where that means nothing, bro. All your whole collector's shit will mean nothing. The Godfathers of rap will be Drake and Eminem and shit like that. And I'm not dissing them, but I'm just saying they'll put them ahead because of sales rather than the impact that past artists have had. So if those artists don't come back and give back to the new generation, like, yo, man, fuck it, I've had enough. Let me start protecting you niggas. If y'all don't start doing that, they gonna stop fucking with you altogether. They're gonna erase your fucking history, dog.
Out of there.
That's the only way we can become relevant to them, though. We have nothing to offer them. We have nothing to offer them but knowledge and protection. We can't tell them how to write. We can't tell them how to do music. They created their own tempo. They don't even fuck with the tempo that we fuck with, dog. I just had to change the whole element of my shit. I had rare breaks all over my shit. And this is a non-sample era with new age sounds, where shit that you sprinkle in the past around the break is now boom, 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 boom. It's a whole different composition.
Yeah.
The bass being played is a whole different composition. So they've already said, fuck your tempo. And fuck the way y'all made money. I'm taking all of this shit. I'm taking the nasty shit. I'm doing the light porn. I'm doing whatever. I'm doing the celebrity marriages and shit, nigga. Y'all got too much principles, nigga.
And
Come
that's
on,
why
dog.
y'all broke. That's what that's what they'll, I mean,
And that's what they'll say.
that's the next. Obviously that's the next shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, it's oh
Yeah,
man, we
man. It's a serious issue, man. That's why I'm glad we were able to entertain the combo. I didn't want to get all TD Jakes on it and shit, man. But you know, you know what I'm saying? But we had to have this combo, dog. We talk about real shit here. And I saw those deaths happening, man. I watched that whole Fulio shit. That was like a execution, man. These niggas have rifles like they were bounty hunters and shit, nigga. Like you Navy SEALs team or some shit. Young niggas and a young girl at that. Look like they should be scooping ice cream at the shop and shit, nigga. And you got full bags of guns rolling on this one skinny ass nigga.
yeah,
One
it's
skinny ass nigga. And nobody was able to take them down. Your whole crew, y'all bragging diamonds the whole nine, and y'all didn't take them niggas out, not one of them. None of them should have made it to court with all this shit that you talk. If you piss on a nigga grave, that means you got niggas around you, dog. You gotta have monster niggas around you if you go piss on somebody's grave, dog.
yeah, that's facts, man. I mean, you
That's
gotta
fucking crazy, dog. That's crazy. You better have security up the ass if you piss on somebody's fucking grave, family. That nigga had a death wish to get that nigga when he pissed on his relative's fucking grave. Those kids had a death wish. They didn't even realize where they were at. What, you thought you was gonna get away with that, nigga?
right. I
Come
mean,
on, dog.
and but now, you know what I'm saying, he's gonna be elevated, as you said, martyr rap. He's elevated to status, and he's a goal for young
He got what he
9-year-olds.
wanted.
Huh?
You Tupac now. You got what you wanted. You Tupac now. Tupac is a gold, nigga. He got what he wanted. You came out, you made the deal with the devil, man. That's what it is. And I'm not so much calling Suge Knight and all of them the devil, but you serve a devil system. You take somebody and compromise them to make them successful,
Right,
dog.
right.
Tupac ain't that. He ain't no fucking gangster, dog. Fuck that.
Nah, I mean, he was an actor. I mean, like he
Fucking
got
actor.
stuck as bishop, man, and just stayed there or some shit. Cause
Come on, son. You ain't no
you
fucking
know,
gangster. Man,
like
why you gotta be that? You a Panther, nigga. Be proud of being a fucking soldier, the RBG, my nigga. Why you gotta be that? And now
right,
you a gold. The whole Thug Nation shit turned upside down now. You whatever you wanted that to be, you left that now to all your followers to make that on what it is. Why don't y'all go follow some of the positive shit that influenced him to be a better man at a time frame? Follow the organization that his mom's and his stepfather was a part of. Follow those rules instead of trying to follow his latter decisions and shit.
right.
That's why I never got that Tupac shit. I'm like,
Yeah,
why?
and that's all people ever want to really talk about. Like you would not you would forget or not even know that like he wasn't even really like that. Like this based on how much it's like, Doug, like, yeah, come on, man. Like,
Man, fuck that, dog. And when they didn't say fuck that, it just blew up. So you got
yeah,
the numbers, you got death row numbers behind you, dog. It was over, dog. There's nothing nobody could say. You
that
would
was
be a
it.
hater on his success if you said something to him.
Oh yeah, of course, of course. I mean, you know how that goes. So,
Yeah. But yo,
so
give thanks, man. Give thanks, brother.
yeah, no doubt, man. We're gonna get out of here. This has been episode 48 of Constant Elevation. Legendary co-host Brother Jay. This was a good one, man. This was an important one. All of them are important.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna get this up on our YouTube channel, and very shortly. All prior episodes are on the Carrying the Culture YouTube channel, and we're doing the shows here right now on the 5E digital page because IG bugging. But I do want to talk to you offline about some things as far as the show goes, so we can
Yes.
build.
I meant to link up yesterday, man, but we can chop it up.
Ain't nothing. We'll set something up. Make this before the next one. So we do this. We try to do it the first Wednesday of every month, but we try to at least get it in during the month. life be moving. We still June just and as I said, as soon
Yeah,
as
man.
4th of July
Yeah, it's been
comes, family,
flying,
as
man.
soon as 4th of July comes, it's like fucking Halloween. Like
Yeah, really though. It might as well be Christmas and shit, man. You already know what it is.
you're gonna go to
So
the store tomorrow, and they're gonna have the cornucopias up and shit, and the
yeah.
ladies and shit. So, all right,
Blessings, man.
family.
Blessings to everybody who tuned in and stuck with us, man. Give thanks, man. Blessings, family. Blessings, man.
Yeah, so we appreciate y'all, man, because with some renegade shit, the IG doesn't show the lives to people and stuff. So y'all had an intimate build with a legend, and this was fun and important. So we'll see y'all again next month. Thank you, family. We'll talk soon, and you
All
be
right.
well.
Give the family my regards, brother. Blessings.
Absolutely. Peace, fam. Peace.